How much am I talking about something and how much am I doing it? Some people think about it, some people talk about it, some people act it, some people do it, some people are it. Be it. If you want to get it, you must be it first.
How quickly are you going from what you say you're going to do to actually doing it? You say you're going to get a haircut. How quickly do you actually book the appointment? You say you're going to do a marathon. How quickly do you actually book the marathon and tell your friends and family?
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. It was number 853 with Jason Goldberg, the importance, of learning yourself. Today, for episode number 854, don't mistake movement for achievement. Alan wanted to do this episode, so I'm going to kick it to Alan, and hopefully he can add some value to your life.
Oh, for sure. First and foremost, thank you to Christina for the awesome backdrop. If you're on YouTube, you know that we have a cool backdrop, new backdrop. All right, Motivation Monday. Let's crank. This is do not mistake movement for achievement. This is about productivity. This is about talking about writing a book versus actually writing a book. This is about planning your next workout in your head or on paper versus actually going to the gym and doing the actual workout. This is about putting I'm an entrepreneur or a CEO in your Instagram bio versus actually having a real business that makes actual money. Now, what I think is important and the lesson for this episode that I wanted to bring to everybody was you actually need both, like talking versus walking. You actually need to talk about what you're gonna do. That's actually an important piece. And a lot of people in the personal development industry say, don't say what you're going to do, just go do it. It's like, no, words start things. What we say to ourselves matters, and everything starts as a thought before it's an action. But how quickly can you go from what you say you're going to do to actually doing it? I can tell you from experience that it is much more challenging to actually sit down and write my book than it is to talk about how I'm going to write a book. It is much more difficult to actually go to the gym and sweat and do the workout than it is to talk about or prep my next workout of, I'm going to do back and I'm going to do lat pull downs and I'm going to do chin ups and I'm going to do hammer curls. See, talking versus walking. You need both, but you cannot mistake one for the other. Movement is the talking. Movement is the preparing and the planning and the putting it on your calendar. Achievement is actually doing the work. So do not mistake movement for achievement. Just because you're running really fast doesn't mean you're getting anywhere. You might be running on a mouse wheel, okay? Just talking and mistaking movement for achievement. So my question for you, for everyone out there, how quickly are you going from what you say you're going to do to actually doing it? You say you're going to get a haircut. How quickly do you actually book the appointment? You say you're going to do a marathon. How quickly do you actually book the marathon and tell your friends and family? That's the key here. And so the action I want everyone to do is like, what's that thing you're putting off? This is Motivation Monday. What's that thing that you've been talking about more than walking? The thing that you've been planning and prepping and thinking about constantly, but you're not actually doing anything. You're not putting pen to paper, so to speak.
I don't know who to give credit to for this quote. This is a wonderful quote that has to do with this episode. Direction is far more important than speed because there are many people who are going nowhere fast. And that's a very impactful, appropriate quote for an episode like this. I have two little micro stories here. Number one, I think I told this in the live podcast you're going to hear, but in the very beginning of my journey, I used to say I was into personal development. I was somebody who loved learning. I was a high performer. Meanwhile, the audiobooks and or books that I purchased just sat on a shelf somewhere and collected dust, and I never read them. And if I did listen to them, it was in between me playing video games or doing who knows what. So there really wasn't a lot of value in what I was doing back then. Even when I started the podcast and I said, I am a podcaster, I have a podcast, I'm interviewing these people. I was doing it, but the level I was doing it at was not as high as the level I was talking about it. And I think that's an important thing too. And this is another example, Alan, and I know you can attest to this as well. I know people in my past who would go out and they would buy the nicest gym clothes and they'd have the nicest water bottles and they'd have the nicest bags and the nicest pre-workout and everything, the nicest headphones, but they never worked out. They didn't go in the gym and get after it. I wear the same clothes to the gym. I wear a hoodie, I wear a hat, I wear a winter hat. My hood's on. I don't want to be seen by the world. I don't want to look nice. I go there because I want to get results, and I go there because I want to work hard. I don't care what I look like to a detriment at the gym. And that's just me saying, look, the movement, getting new shoes and getting, new stringers and new sweatpants and new hood, all that stuff, I don't care about that. I care about going in and achieving. And I think we could all check in and look in the mirror and say, all right, how much am I talking about something and how much am I doing it? Some people think about it. Some people talk about it. Some people act it. Some people do it. Some people are it. Be it. If you want to get it, you must be it first. Next level. Nation. We have a free course that we have been talking about quite often. I've been saying it for every episode, and every time I say it, more people get it, so I figure I'm going to keep saying it because it's totally free. It has been designed to give you as much value as humanly possible from what Alan and I have learned over our years of self-improvement, and all you got to do is click the link in the show notes. It'll take you right there, enter your email, and it's yours. And you can take it at your own pace. You can download the worksheets. It'll be yours forever.
Imagine someone who reads all the personal development books or reads all the blogs and, meditates and does affirmations, but doesn't do the work, doesn't really apply it. They read the personal development book, but they don't really apply it. Remember, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. How many people know how to get in shape, but don't actually do it? That's what we're talking about here. Do not mistake movement for achievement. Please, please, please do not. And download that course because that course it's for the doers, not the pretenders. It's for people who actually want real results and they don't want to just look good in their new gym outfit. They want to actually get after it and get a physique that they are proud of. So we have an announcement that might be a little bit sad here. So because of COVID, we have decided we're still doing Next Level Live, March 26th. It's a Saturday, but we've cut it to a half of a day and we're cutting it down to only 50 attendees. It was going to be a big, awesome event, Next Level Live, so excited. But because of COVID, we've reached out to several venues, and the venues, because of social distancing, are not allowing that many people. So it's just not feasible. So we're going to have a closer knit, intimate group of people. 50 tickets will be sold, only 50 tickets, $97 a piece. If you do want in on Next Level Live, you do have to reach out to Kevin or myself. There's only 50 tickets being sold. It's going to be a small room. There's only going to be 4 speakers now. So there used to be a full day. Now it's going to be a half a day. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to basically noon, maybe 1 if we're going to provide lunch. We're still deciding that. But there's going to be 4 speakers. Tori Aletto is still headlining. It's going to be Kevin, myself, Dr. Taryn McCarthy, and Tori Aletto. Unfortunately, we will not be having Eddie P until the Next Level Live, which will not be for quite some time. So if you are interested, DM myself or Kevin on Instagram. You can email us. All of our information is in the show notes. That's the announcement. Only 50 tickets will be sold to this. No more than 50 people will be at this event because of COVID. So please get your tickets as soon as possible. Reach out to us. As soon as the landing page is done, we will have a link in the show notes. Until then, you got to DM us.
And we look forward to meeting the people who do attend. We cannot wait for that. Tomorrow, for episode number 855, it is last week's live podcast, week number, 92 or 93, recognizing your blind spots. We all have blind spots. Alan and I have blind spots. Luckily, we are there to help each other see them and then take action on them. That is what this live podcast is all about, helping you recognize yours and then fixing them. And if you want to connect with us, Alan is pointing to it. I am at NeverQuitKid. Alan is at Lazaros88, Alazaros88. We love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. At Next Level U, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Please reach out.
Bye.